Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentleman Podcast. I am your host, Scott Labrie. Joined alongside me, as always, we have Uncle Teabag, Tyler Sund.
Salute.
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 And the man, Eric Deshane, all day Eric Deshane.
Bonjour.
Okay, none of this. I'm just kidding.
Hey, what is the topic? Yeah.
I guess so. We are going to be talking about the good old U.S. of C, the United States of Canada. What? Good old Canada. We're going to be talking about that. Are we proud? I'm going to just put it out there. Are you guys proud to be Canadian?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Very much so.
What? Okay, first let's go with this. Do you think Canada is the best country in the world?
Close.
Okay.
Okay.
Close.
Better.
I think
Better.
New Zealand probably.
Yeah,
Just because of terrain, I think.
I like the I always say
Or Switzerland, maybe.
We're up there,
We're
like
all-
I don't think there's a best country out there, and I hate like how Americans are like USA #1 because you're just inviting people to crap on your country when you say that sort of thing. So it's like, yeah, I love living in Canada, but like also, California looks pretty nice like 6 months out of the year when there's snow here and shit. But like, it's
You take the good, you take the bad, but it's always
exactly. Like
I like it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget just how lucky we are to be in a country like this. Like, one of the main complaints that I seem to hear a lot of the time, and I sometimes do too, and then you need a reality check once in a while. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to wait a month to go in for my surgery. It's like, you know what? I have relatives that live in the States. It's like, oh, I broke my arm. Well, I guess I have to mortgage the house to get a fucking cast put on and get it reset and get pain meds. So it's like, I can't complain.
Yeah.
And the medication that I'm on right now, if I didn't have, benefits or health, if we didn't have health care, it'd be $500 a treatment just to keep me, normal. So it's like,
damn.
yeah. So take that into perspective a little bit,
Shit.
So we're pretty fucking lucky to be living here and living this lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Glorious lifestyle.
Yeah, universal healthcare is definitely one of the perks of being Canadian that
absolutely
you definitely can't get rid of. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Any other things like make you proud to be a Canadian?
Well, it's the fact that we're in the top 5 compared to everybody else. Everybody loves coming here, and everybody that you meet that's not from Canada says that they just love coming here, and everybody's friendly and whatever. Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of this topic because now that it's getting nice outside and we're getting closer to summer, it's like, oh man, go to like I like how like the woods is just there. You can just go there.
Yeah.
And or like, maybe I'll go to the mountains this year or something like that. Like we have such beautiful like country, and being in Alberta, like you're just like surrounded by lakes and stuff like that, which is just awesome and stuff like that. So absolutely, yeah,
for sure. And I mean, unless you're in Saskatchewan, I mean, there's a couple lakes, but a lot of fields. But I mean, like the whole, just being able to go for a drive. Oh, I want to go to the lake today. You know what? I think I want to go to the mountains. So, okay, 4 or 5 hour drive. Let's go. Or whatever. Go to the Badlands. Just go to Drumheller or something like that, and you can see that or whatever, right? Like it's all within reach. And you want to go someplace kind of more, you can go to Vancouver. You can go to Toronto. It's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got all the landscapes,
right?
All the temperatures, and
I guess that's one of the downside of Canada is like the traveling by plane specifically in Canada is so expensive compared to like places like the States where it's like these states you if you want to go to Vegas, whatever, just go to Vegas. You go for a weekend. It doesn't cost like anything to go there. Like for us, fly to like Toronto, it's like damn, freaking $400, maybe more. Like to just go there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, more like, for sure. Yeah. Like, come on.
that's like the bummer thing. It's like, man, it'd be nice to actually see the country I live in more, like, than I have.
Right? You could drive, but then it's going to take you 5 days to get over to Ontario, right?
Yeah.
Like, or wherever. Like,
And
but I mean, that's part of the fun too. But then you got to take all that time off, and you
Right.
gotta, right? Whereas it's like, oh, I'm just going to fly there and spend $50, including a hotel or something like that, whatever. Like they do in the States, probably. I'm probably exaggerating quite a bit. It's probably a little more than that, but
Still.
yeah. Yeah, and we have some of the best celebrities in the world too.
Very
Ryan
true.
Reynolds, Deadpool. I mean,
Yeah.
top-notch characters right there. They all come from
Yeah.
Canada, all the coolest ones.
We do make funny people here. Like
We
a
do.
lot of good comedians come
Oh, yeah.
from Canada, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And epic, awesome directors. You got James Cameron. You got Villeneuve. You got,
He's Canadian.
from
He's-
Quebec, isn't he?
I don't think so. I think he's like.
I lose my shit.
I think he's real French. I think.
Hold on now.
And I'm wrong, but
Okay, you're probably right. Here, I think I know everything, but then it's like, no, you don't. Denis Villeneuve. There he is. Where is he from?
where is he from?
Oh, he's from Trois-Rivières, Quebec, Canada.
What?
Don't fucking argue with me, boy.
Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Just kidding.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man. Yep. Canadian boy, French Canadian film director.
And we got a lot of good professional wrestlers.
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hey, that's one thing us Canadians don't give enough credit for because everybody hates wrestling. But we put out really good professional wrestlers. Starting with the man, Bret the Hitman Hart, number 1.
Calgary
Yeah.
boy. Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Roddy Rowdy Piper. He's from Saskatoon.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's right.
You got Edge,
was
you
in,
got Christian, you got Chris Jericho. You got Kenny Omega, who's like probably the best wrestler in the world today. He's from Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Some
There you
other
go, man.
dude who will not be named, who's from Edmonton.
Yeah. Yeah. The one that you talked about on the other podcast, your hero.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Eric? What makes you proud to be from the Great White North?
Makes you proud to be. I mean, I didn't really have much of a choice.
I mean, you're
where I
Team
thought-
Canada, like
Yeah, that's where I was going now. Like, yeah, I mean, I represented Canada on a few occasions, and that was an experience to say the least because you're essentially a representative of a whole country for an international event, which is awesome. So
Yeah.
there's lots of responsibilities, lots of important things to bear in mind when you're out in public, when you're doing things. So gotta behave. You gotta be polite because you don't want to be that guy just showing up and just
Mhm.
just being a dick everywhere. But no, you're Canadian. You're better than that, right? So yeah, it was great though. So to wear the colors and compete for Canada was quite the experience. So I'm happy for that. I did miss it a little bit, I'll admit, but one day maybe again. See, try it again. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for the most part, comparing like us to the United States, like
It's easy.
we always like say like Canada's more of like a melting pot where like different cultures mix together a lot more like around here, more so for sure in like cities and stuff like that. But like if you go to Edmonton, there's any type of cuisine you could want there, like you can have, which is kind of neat. Whereas like if you went to a similar sized city in the United States, like depending where you go, like you might not get that same sort of experience, which is kind of cool, especially like
for
the
us,
Midwest or something.
Yeah, for us especially, we're much more open to stuff like that, right? Where like that was our whole premise was to get people into here and exchange ideas with that, right? So for someone like the U.S., where that's a little more closed-minded in that sense, so I see that more and less that way.
For sure. Very multicultural country. Yeah, for sure.
Big open land, bring people here. So that was the whole idea with that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember going over to Greece in high school for our travel club and going to Athens and just going around and like people would know we're not from Greece or whatever, so they'd ask like where you're from. It's like, oh, we're from Alberta, Canada, or something like that, and then
Oh.
like I'd be like, oh, I have a relative in Winnipeg or something
Yeah.
like that. Like I visit them. It's like it's a beautiful country. I'd love to live there. And like you'd be like, oh wow, that's awesome. But then like also you might be thinking that like, oh, they're just saying that so I could buy this fucking shirt that they're trying to sell.
Yeah,
Possibly.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
it's like you're right. Winnipeg is probably pretty nice.
Yeah.
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 I've been there. It's not bad. Yeah.
Just kidding. Winnipeg sucks.
Yeah.
The
Fuck
worst.
Winnipeg.
Nah. I don't know. I've been there twice. I enjoyed it every time, but no, whatever.
They got a
Yeah.
quarry. That's all I know.
If you want to go somewhere and have a good time, Montreal.
Mm.
I'll say that right now. Oh, I never had so much fun.
Montreal
Just-
was pretty awesome.
Montreal was great. Oh yeah, great food. There's a place in Montreal called Swartz's. They specialize in smoked meat and steak.
Mm.
So we're there after a training camp for Team Canada, and one of our teammates, who's from Montreal, he knows about this place. He's like, yeah, no, it's a famous like restaurant. It's been on every magazine. It's been all over the place. So we'll take you guys there. We'll take a seat and check it out. Right? We get there. It's like 9:45 at night. It's November, so it's cold and we're freezing. I'm exhausted and tired and want nothing to do with this. I just want to go to bed. And Julia's
Yeah.
like, no, like trust me, it's worth it. Wait for 40 minutes to finally get in this hole in the wall restaurant with like a row of seating, and that's all it has, like maybe 16, 17 seats. And I'm just like, whatever, just choose a steak. Give me a steak and some sandwich. You give me whatever you can make me. I never had some of the best food. That was the best food I had in my life. I've never eaten so good. Like just like I look over and we're sitting like here's the wall. Right next is the counter and then the tables. And I look over to my right. I see them cooking my steak right there, like on an open grill. This and talking with I'm talking with the chef while he's cooking it for me. And like, okay, cool, this is different. And
Right.
then yeah, brought to my plate. He's like, yeah, have this. It's like, oh, awesome. And yeah, it was unbelievably good. So I'm but it's one of those things where if I go again, I'm scared because I want the experience again. I know I'll never get it again, right? So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
kind of spoiled it.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, Montreal's a good party town. Vancouver's cool. Have any of you guys ever gone that way at all? Or
I've been to Victoria, which is like also like really nice. Like, man, wish I lived by the ocean. Like this, this is
Mhm.
nice. I mean, it's also like super expensive to fucking live there.
That's the
but
thing.
like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I've driven through Vancouver because the Coquihalla Highway was snowed in. And so we had to go around when we went to Whistler. Now, Whistler in the wintertime is the most majestic place ever, especially in the wintertime. You like picture the ice palace from Frozen. That's what it looks like everywhere. Like thick 4 feet of like powdered snow. It's like -2, no wind. And it's like the sound is so condensed and like soft because there's so much snow absorbing sound, and seeing wildlife everywhere too. And there's like no trucks, there's no streets and whatever, like, and it's all like log houses everywhere, and you've got the chalets and the hill for snowboarding and skiing. It's my favorite place. It was so freaking expensive to go there, but it was amazing. It was so much fun. You sit out on the balcony in a hot tub drinking beers after you just finished snowboarding, and you're out looking at all these spruce trees with like, you know, frosted snow on everything, and it's nice out too, and everybody that's there is like super friendly, and you've got everything there. You got like an Earl's, there's a movie theater, there's all that stuff, but it doesn't look like a big place. It's just like a tiny little village, and it's got the Winter Olympics symbols everywhere, and that was a nice place to go. That's one of the best places I ever went, especially for snowboarding or skiing. It's the best.
Never gone there yet. I'd like to go there one day. Check it out.
Beautiful there.
Yeah. I've gone to Lake Louise and like the mountains out that way. That was fun. That was a good time there too, and beautiful, and great time. Like that's like I skied in Cold Lake all the time. Like that was something new to go skiing or snowboarding there. Like, oh yeah, sure, this is whatever. But to do it in the mountains was the first time. Like that was an awesome experience. Just to see that and be there, and you go on top you're on the chairlift at the hill, and of course you're looking up the mountain, right? But you look behind you and you just see this majestic like landscape of the chateau and all the stuff, that the lake behind it and all the trees in the mountains. Like, oh my god, this is where we live. Fucking hey, yeah.
Yeah, when I went to Panorama on just like a last second trip, I had just started working. No, I was working at Weatherford, I think, 6 months, and a guy had just started working there, and he's like, "Hey, man, there's some extra tickets left to buy to go to Panorama for a week, and it includes like the bus tour or the bus to go there, and the lodgings and lift tickets. And I'm like, I don't know anybody. And he's like, like you like to have fun and party and whatever. You seem kind of open-minded. You'd fit in. I'm like, it's kind of risky. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll do it. Let's go. I didn't know anybody. I knew nobody going on this trip. And got there. It was one of the best trips I ever went on. And everybody that was there, almost everybody was like from Australia. So it's like their season is a little bit different, like starts at a different time than ours. So it's like they just finished their season. So they come up to Canada to do their snowboarding and skiing. And they say it's just as nice here as it is there. Like, so that was kind of cool. I thought that was really neat.
That's one thing that was crazy too when we went to Lake Louise was most of the staff working at the resort was Australian. I was like, why are they?
Yep.
I was like, no, it's because their season switched like that. It's like, oh, I never even thought of something like that. That's true. It's
Man, greasiest parties I've ever met. Hilarious though, man. Oh, like super chill, really nice people.
Yeah.
Just crazy though. And so sweaty. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Well, are there some things like about Canada or being Canadian that you guys wish you could change, or that you're like not so proud of? I guess I
might get in trouble for saying it, but I don't like our prime minister.
Get out.
Right. That doesn't seem to matter who we have elected. It's always 50-50 split between everybody. And there's a lot of diverse ideologies between everybody. Like there's liberals and you got the conservatives, and it's just I don't know. Like the way the government works just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like even the voting process, all that stuff is weird. But like the seats and all that crap, like I don't know.
You'd rather have something like the States where you just vote for president directly, kind of thing? Or...
Yep. Your vote goes directly towards that person, and that's it. So it's like, everybody voted for this guy. So it's like, well, okay, yeah. Not everybody in the entire province voted for this person, and only a few people here voted for this other person. But because they have seats here, they get the majority vote. So it's like, how fucking fair is that? Like that's dumb, man. So I don't know. Yeah, the government, the way that's elections and stuff is a little backwards to me, but
it's got to be changed too. I think on that part. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
The
military can use a significant upgrade for sure, but then it's like, well, what do you got to sacrifice to do that now?
Exactly.
And how involved do we want to get with everything? So it's like, but then I remember back in high school, I was a huge military nut, and I was super proud of all of our military achievements during World War I, World War II, man. We were like fucking like A-team, like all throughout history, and we were just like British colonies at the time. We weren't even like doing it we were doing it because they were involved. It's like, oh, Canada, you guys are our colony. You got to come and help us out here now. And then then until we did the Statute of Westminster or whatever and separated and became an independent nation, all that fun stuff. But and then now like when I was, in high school, we were hearing about like how the Sea Kings or whatever helicopters would be flying off the thing. And I was like, oh, and it just stalls out and crashes into the ocean. It's like, how fucking embarrassing would that be? We're gonna go do a training exercise, and the helicopter just like breaks down because it's like an old helicopter from the 60s, and then the ships are like leaking and stuff too. They got to keep patching them every year. It's like, dude, just build a new fucking ship. Like, look at the States. They have like one ship could take out our whole fucking navy. Like, it's just embarrassing to me. To me, but
too as well, because we don't have. If we spend their budget like on defense, like we would lose. Like we wouldn't have healthcare no more. It's like stuff like that. Balance, right? So,
but the wonderful trade-off with that is that because we have such inferior, shitty equipment, we have the best actual operators, like the world's best snipers, the best pilots, like best trained military, like amazing peacekeepers, like just like you look at how many like whenever there's an engagement, how many fatalities and stuff like that too. Like if you look at the I used to do stuff like that. It was weird, but like Canadians can always improvise all the time, no matter what it is, like whether it's like out on an oil rig site, something's going wrong. Kate, let's figure it out and let's shut it down, right? Whereas it happens somewhere else and it's like, oh, there's oil pumping everywhere. Well, I guess we gotta go have a meeting and talk about it. Meanwhile, all this stuff's happening. Whereas like Canadians outside, like, Kate, let's go, guys. We gotta patch this up and do this and whatever, right? Like, I don't know. I can go on all day with that kind of shit.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong though. Like we're definitely, I don't want to say not a laughing stock, but like we're focused on certain spots in the military. I do think it's a little underwhelming at times, but like I have friends who
play a supportive role.
Exactly. Yeah.
very supportive role, which I think is awesome because we're not out to go and take over shit. We're there to help people that need help, like actually help people that need help,
We're not starting.
like legitimately. We're not starting shit. We're not there because hey, we're gonna help you out and then you're gonna embrace Canadian liberalism and then we're gonna take your oil fields. Like we're not fucking greasy like that, right? So it's like, oh, gotta help. Okay, we're cool. We'll train your boys so you can defend yourself now. Okay, remember us in the future. Like
way of life. Here's your hockey stick and poutine. Fuck off.
right. Come get educated here so you can plan terrorist attacks against other countries. I didn't say that. Oh, fuck. But you know what happens. Yeah. No.
What about you, Scott?
Get less racist probably would help, I think.
No, that goes without saying. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, like the thing is like people, it's like well, I know a lot of people who around here be like watch like the George Floyd video or something like that.
Oh yeah.
In the States, like, man, how could they treat black people like that? And it's like, yeah, but do you like see yourself how you treat like indigenous people around here?
Yeah.
It's like you're not necessarily like a shining example of how so like I think it's just we as a Canadians like are kind of like we're not racist.
Yeah.
It's like no, I think we could probably look in the mirror and be like, yeah, we got some work to do probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Like then like always is like, well, we're better than the States. Like yeah, true, we are better than the States probably.
We are.
For that kind of stuff.
To pass now.
Yeah,
exactly. Low bar.
Right. I don't think we just pull a gun out because somebody's like that and just shoot them because we think they're gonna pull something out. Like it's like the other ways we handle it's just kind of like whatever. It's just these guys or whatever, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. We also
it's funny.
I was gonna say we make a lot of good like musicians too in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Like even like today, if you look at the most popular, like probably the most popular artist right now is The Weeknd, and he's from Canada. And you had Drake, who's also like super incredibly popular, and he's another guy who like totally reps Toronto in everything he does, and guy who's like that's a lot of thing with like a lot of Canadian celebrities is like they move away and then it's like I don't know, they just don't mention Canada or like there are some celebrities who definitely like are proud to be Canadian and they show it off as much as they can, which is kind of cool. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Patriots.
The one side, Ryan Reynolds or like other celebrities, like, oh yeah, I'll go, everything like that. Or you have like someone like Gretzky, who's like kind of like, oh yeah, I'm Canadian, but I don't really talk about it too much. Just,
exactly.
Keep it with DL, it's whatever. It's like, come on, man, like
you played for the freaking Oilers for God's sakes.
I know, like
yeah, for sure.
And of course, you got hockey, Tyler's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pride ourselves on our hockey team. Wow,
haven't won since 1993.
We got helicopters that crash in the ocean after takeoff, but we got hockey teams.
But you know who did win? These guys are here.
Yeah,
the Toronto Raptors, 2019 world champions.
Yep. Go Raptors!
I cried.
You cried? Tears?
Oh no, it was like more on like full on sobbing, not like just tears.
Oh my god.
I ain't ashamed. Maybe
See, that's the problem. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the problem with Canada. We need to win more stuff.
Yeah.
Well, right now, anything else you guys want to mention before we go?
What's one thing that is distinctly Canadian? That's one thing that's ours and no one else's.
Maple syrup. Actually, I hate that. I hate how like we get reduced to the maple syrup country. It's pissed me off.
Yes, it's not even that great.
Nope.
You put it on pancakes and that's it.
Yeah, not even that. It's not even good on pancakes. I find this terrible. No,
it's really The candies are okay, like the maple candies are okay, but poutine is
Yeah, I was
number
going
one.
there
That's
too.
the fucking that's
Poutine and donairs. Like I like my good old donairs too as well. So yeah.
Greek thing though, kind of
Yes, but
falafels.
it was
a
started
gyro.
on the East Coast in Newfoundland.
Hmm.
Original one just had like a basic thing of like tomatoes, onions, and donair meat, and that's usually it. So yeah.
Newfoundland.
Some dude just went on a trip to Greece. Like, hey, yo, check this out.
This guy, yeah, no, that's one thing that's like with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. The poutine and not hockey. Hockey, I would be fair, but I don't know what else.
Hockey.
It is hockey for a while, kind of, sort of.
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. The beaver. The beaver. That's our national symbol, right?
I thought our national symbol was Celine Dion.
Yeah. She's in Vegas. She's a fucking sellout.
I do have a story about being Canadian. We were at a tournament in Minnesota with our hockey team a couple of years ago, and there was a banquet afterwards after the tournament. This is a Saturday night around 7:00. We played all day. We're tired or hungry, so we're eating. There's alcohol there, and it's open bar. We get liquored. That table was covered within like 2 hours. Our hockey team just demolished beers. And to see a guy walking past, we know where the Canadians are sitting here tonight. It's like, yeah,
right.
You drank so much. Oh, it was bad. But yeah, that's one thing we are known for. We do like to have our beer for sure. So
like our beer.
Mm-hmm.
And what's it? They're like less percentage there, or am I crazy? Or
No, you're not wrong.
U.S.
It is. I think it's good now, but I just think it's how it's made. That's usually it.
The thing I'm ashamed of about being Canadian is that you can't buy alcohol at the grocery store.
That does.
Shit! I can't go into Walmart and get all my alcohol and everything in there. God damn it! I gotta go to the liquor store.
Convenience store.
Colorado for a tournament and for Team Canada, and we're like, well, we're 21 years old, whatever it is, and I'll go to the liquor store. It's like, oh yeah, sure. Well, no, why? Let's go to 7-Eleven. Why? It's like, just go there. There's alcohol there. No.
Right? What?
It says Bud Light's 4.2%. Coors Light's 4.15.
Mm-hmm.
And ours is 5, right?
No, but I think Bud Light, Coors Light's 4, but I just think it's how it's distilled. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't know.
Drinking lots in the US, I've never noticed it.
He's an informant. He doesn't drink beer. He's not a true Canadian. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to acquire a taste for that garbage.
Really?
Now I'm good to go. Yeah.
Okay.
It took me a long time. Hard stuff at the start. Then I'm like, oh, I'm just getting wasted way too quickly every night now. Like I gotta drink something that'll pace it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll try beer again. It's like, this ain't so bad.
Nope.
Now it's good. I actually enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a while though.
Yeah.
There you
go. There we go.
Right on. Anything else before we say goodbye, gentlemen?
You should sing the national anthem before we go.
Oh, Canada. That's going to do it for this episode of the Esteemed Gentlemen podcast. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with a topic. We haven't figured it out yet, so it's going to be a mystery for you to find out, I guess. Until then, though, we'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.